Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and I'm riding solo today. Jordy is still not feeling good. He keeps bouncing in and out of a little bit of recovery here, so definitely keep him in your prayers. I think he was dealing with like strep throat and some like sinus infection type stuff. So yeah, we're hoping that he can rest up and get well soon. We have 6 games on today's NBA slate. I dropped some plays on my solo channel earlier, and I was thinking that Jordy and I would be collaborating today, but yeah, he's feeling rough, so I told him I would just run it solo here, and I've got 4 more plays for you. If you want to check out the plays on my channel, this is the setup that you see. The theme is actually for my channel, and I'm going to make a Backdoor Fantasy Sports theme very soon for when I do solo videos, but for now I just wanted to get these plays out. So here's what I'm thinking for today. I like these plays. I actually got 2 dunk props, so if you don't like dunk props, I'll show you some other pivot options, but I'm going to go with Thompson, 1.5 dunks. We're going to go Jackson Hayes, 2.5 dunks. Draymond Green, 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Jared Vanderbilt, 13.5 fantasy score. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment, whatever you guys want to do. Just helps us with the algorithm. We say it every video, but it's because it really works, and you guys have really helped us grow over the years, so really appreciate the support. If you haven't signed up for Better, Underdog, or Parlay Play, if you use code BACKDOOR over on those platforms, they're going to hook you up with awesome sign-up bonuses. And on top of that, we're going to throw in a month in our premium Discord if you sign up for Parlay Play. So if you want to take advantage of their deposit match and all the goodies that come with signing up over there, make sure you use code BACKDOOR, then email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, and we'll get you hooked up within 24 hours in the Discord. And we've got some awesome people over there. Shout out to all of our moderators, Boston Nick, Bobby, and Bean Daddy. They're all B's, triple B. They're awesome. They're really good at fantasy sports, and so we're really thankful to have them on board. All right, let's talk about it. I'm Thompson. So yeah, I mean, this should be, I mean, you saw what Jackson Hayes did to the Pelicans on the 4th. He dropped like 5 dunks, and he had a bunch of points in the paint outside of the dunks. He went for 19 points. The defense is just super soft in the paint, especially right now. They've just been struggling. So I think that Houston's going to be able to take advantage and really just kind of kill them in the paint tonight. So that's what I'm going for here. He's cleared it in 4 out of his last 5 games. The game against Indiana, he didn't get it done. It's kind of a tough matchup as far as pace goes. So, you know, Indiana's always playing pretty fast. And so he ended up only getting 1 dunk in that game, but I think he had a pretty decent game overall. But averaging 36.5 minutes over this 5-game stretch, just 2.4 fouls, so we should be in good shape as far as him getting his normal minutes. And I'm not overly concerned about a blowout in this. Zion's been playing awesome. We got a 230.5 over under, and Houston's favored by just 4.5. So obviously Houston is a solid team. They're really above average, clearly. And this could turn into a blowout. You just never know with Houston because they play really good defense. But Vegas thinks it's just a 4.5 point spread. So shouldn't be too many concerns about a blowout cutting into his minutes. But we just need 2 dunks here. Check out this note from Outlier. This is beautiful. This will make you feel better about this. He's exceeded 1.5 dunks in 11 of his last 12 games on the road. So on the road, he's kind of showing out a little bit more. If you look at that, just that game against Indiana was the first of 12 games that he didn't hit this. So with this soft matchup against the Pelicans, I got to take this 1.5. I'll take it all day. So let's take a look at Daily Grind. They're not going to have the dunks. The optimizer does not cover dunks, unfortunately, but let's see some pivots if you don't want to take the dunks. So they like his first quarter points over 4. Sounds solid to me too. 51.56% odds, hit the over minus 124. They think his points rebounds is a little high. Do we have other? Yeah, everyone's kind of got this just slightly favored to the under. Free throws over 2.5. They have it a 50-50 shot. Doesn't seem too bad to me. I think there's going to be a lot of contact going on in there. I also think, Şengün should have a solid night. So yeah, they're not feeling the points, rebounds. There's not really like a whole lot of options here. Like I'm going with the dunks, but But yeah, I mean, the first quarter points, they like the over there. That's about it. Free throws, I actually think the free throws sound pretty good. Let's take a look, just in case. Has he been active with that lately? Okay, yeah, he hasn't really been too active getting to the line much. Earlier in the season, he was really popping off. If you look at the history, it gets a little bit more in this particular matchup, but the last 2 times he didn't clear it. So 2 out of 5 games. So maybe you wouldn't like that. They are tough actually on maybe that's the problem is like they're not aggressive enough. So they're not sending guys to the line because they're just letting them score. They're 9th in free throws allowed. So go with your gut. I'm taking the dunks. Hopefully you're on a platform that allows you to take the dunks as well. Let's move on to Jackson Hayes, our second dunk prop. So here's a note to get us started. He's exceeded 2.5 dunks in 7 of his last 9 games at home. So we know a big part of this situation is the addition of Luka Doncic. Luka is turning this into Lob City with Jackson Hayes. And since Jackson Hayes is like a little bit green, he kind of didn't earn that starting role. He's kind of just inherited it. And he looks like he's really trying to put things together. He's getting a little bit better. And I think the more these guys can build chemistry, he has a real opportunity on his hands. So he's really trying to get things done. A starting role for the Lakers, who are playing really good right now. They were playing good before they got Luka. Now they're like, they still haven't even peaked, in my opinion. So he's got an awesome opportunity here. If he can prove himself, give them a reason to not go get a big, because they were going to get a big and Mark Williams, and then that trade got rescinded. So it's like, dude, take advantage of this. And this last game against the Pelicans, who were taking Thompson against for dunks, he had 5 dunks in that game. 7 of his last 9 games at home, been playing good at home. If we look at the last 5, just regular games, 3 out of his last 5, and then these 2 he missed, 1 more dunk would have cashed it. So it's been exciting. It's fun when we got dunk props that are a little bit more reliable. So I'm going to be taking this one. Let's take a look at the head-to-head. So he hasn't ever done this against them, but we're also, I mean, it's New York, so I totally get it. But let's see. So the first time he ever played them, he did get 1 dunk, because that's the majority of what he does. Now he's got 2 different small forwards who can absolutely feed him with killer abilities to pass. 2 of the best passers in the game, in LeBron and Luka. 13.9 minutes and he still got a dunk. Next game, 12.5 minutes and he got a dunk. And then this last game, 21.6, he didn't get that 3rd dunk, but this trend with Luka, this is before Luka still, I'm pretty sure. Let me just verify that. Let's see, games with Luka Doncic. Now, obviously, Luka and LeBron are both game time decisions as usual. That's nothing new. So yeah, we have no games with Luka in the mix. So I think that, he got 2 last time without Luka, back-to-back games. So I like this 2.5 coming off of that 5 dunk game. I'm feeling really confident about this play. Over these last 5, his minutes are up at that 23 mark. So still more minutes than he's had in the head-to-head in the past. Why is my outliers kind of freezing on me a little bit? Let's go back to the head-to-head, see if that helps. All right, it's kind of freezing on me. There we go. This game, he only played 21.6 without Luka. Now he's getting more minutes than that, and he's got Luka Doncic. It's pretty much that simple. Looking solid. Let's go out just a little bit more. We'll go last 10. So 60% hit rate, 6 out of his last 10. This could easily be 8 of his last 10. It's been beautiful. Let's do this. Let's go 2024, and then let's go games with Luka Doncic. This is why I love Outlier. Like, what other app can you sit here and tweak everything you want to see? So 5 out of the 9 games that he's played with Luka, he's gotten those dunks. And then those 2, if he would have gotten 1 more in each of these games, he could easily be 7 of 9 right now since they've added Luka. And look at first game with Luka, 5 dunks. 5 dunks in the most recent game. So let's run it. I'm feeling good about it. Let's take a look at some other options if you're playing on a platform that does not have Jackson Hayes available or does not have his dunks available. So they're liking his points as the top play, 7.5. You could pivot to that if you can't get the dunks. 51.94% odds to the over minus 127. They like his rebounds over 5.5. Not feeling the points and rebounds together. That's because it's 13 flat if you add these up, and then they're giving you a 0.5 bump there if you want to take them together. So the optimizer is just saying, I don't really like that they're penalizing you there. It's not looking like a value, but the PRA they actually do like. 14.5, they like that to go over just slightly. 50.29% odds hit the over, minus 121. And yeah, honestly, it really doesn't look bad. Let's take a look at his PRA if you wanted to get into that. And we're going to go PRA with Luka, because we know the narrative has changed a little bit since they went and got him. I'm still so upset that they got him. I want my sons to get him. So yeah, hasn't really been that active overall, a little spiky, but in this last outing, he had 19 points and 10 rebounds. So the assists, he's not really that active on the assists, obviously, which kind of makes you wonder, since this is just crunching numbers on the optimizer, it's interesting that they don't like the 13.5 points rebounds, but they do like the 14.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Doesn't make sense. It's because it's just crunching numbers, and it's an awesome tool. I definitely use this every single day, and I love this tool, but you just have to know how to use it. You have to know what it's doing, and it's crunching numbers and looking for essentially value across all these different platforms. It's comparing odds. It's impressive what they've built here, but yeah, sometimes you have to look and say, okay, well, he virtually almost never gets assists, so I'm going to go with the PR instead of the PRA. Now, he does have some games like 2 assists here, but no assists, no assists, no assists, none, 1, 0, 1, 2. So I'll just take the PR if I'm not going to be taking the dunks, but I think he's going to get some lobs tonight. I'm going with the dunks. All right, let's talk about Draymond Green. Look at that. That's beautiful. 90% hit rate over his last 10 games, and the one he missed was on the front side of that. So we got 9 straight games clearing this. He took a little bit of time away, had kind of in and out with some injury stuff, some personal stuff, and he looks ready to go now. They went and got Jimmy Butler. Things have been looking solid, kind of looking up for them. Let's take a look here. Jonathan Kuminga's still out. Gary Payton is game time decision. What is he dealing with? Well, he's probable, so he should be good to go. Not really getting any. Oh, so yeah, something happened to his nose. So yeah, he'll probably play tonight if he's listed as probable. DeAnthony Melton out for the season. Noah Clowney is going to be out this game. But yeah, let's look at the matchup for the PRA here, because this has just been a wagon. I know a bunch of you have been taking it. I've been taking it, and he's been cashing. It's nice. It's nice to be able to rely on Draymond again. So the matchup, a little bit tough on points. 6th in points allowed, 15th in rebounds allowed, 2nd in assists allowed. Let's see here. What does his RA look like? He has been scoring more often, so I'm comfortable with the PRA, but let's look at that RA. What's that line set at? 12.5. Okay, I still like the PRA better, but man, the RA is tempting. 4 straight games with 14 or more, and lately it's been 16, 19, 17. So yeah, we've got some options here. Let's get back to this note from Outlier and take a look at some of these details. So he's averaging 31. Well, wait a minute. Was that the note? Oh yeah, because I was on. Well, let's go to the last 10. I thought that was the note. So this is another note from Outlier. They said that he's exceeded. Let me go back to. Okay, actually, before I do, I'd like to give you guys as much information as possible. So we're on the rebounds and assists. They do have a note about these. He's exceeded 12.5 rebounds and assists in 5 straight games on the road. So these road games, he's facilitating a little bit more. He's getting there, getting rebounds. He's averaging 16.6. So maybe you want that RA at 12.5. We'll take a look at Daily Grind here in a minute and decide. But I already have the PRA locked in. So let's talk about the PRA for a minute. I'm just going to look at the details and we'll keep it rolling. That's so beautiful. 9 straight games. Oh, they're telling us the same thing. So they're giving us a little bit more info though. So he's exceeded 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 9 straight games. He's averaging 26.2 PRA on this stretch, and most of that, the upside is on the back half of this. So that's what we want. We don't want him trending down. He's trending up right now. So looking good. Let's look at the details. 30 minutes a game, 11.3 rebound chances, 11.4 potential assists, very balanced game, 2.7 fouls, but good Lord, look at these. 4 straight games with 4 fouls. He's got to clean that up a little bit. But it clearly hasn't been affecting his minutes too much. Still kind of up there. 45% from the field on 9.7 attempts, 4.4 made buckets a game. He's actually a better 3-point shooter than he's streaky, but he'll just have random games where he just kind of gets hot. He's not the worst 3-point shooter in the league, but I mean lately 23% over this 10-game stretch. So we're not counting on him to drop a bunch of threes tonight. But 87% hit rate from the free throw line, not getting there that often, just 2.7. But we know that's not like a big part of his game. But now he's got Jimmy Butler as this extra weapon for him to facilitate to. The chemistry looks great. I hope things work out for Butler out there because, Butler's awesome. I don't really want to see him kind of becoming like sort of a drama guy who's just bouncing around, but maybe he'll fit in and be with Golden State for a little bit here. All right, let's look at Daily Grind. Draymond. I'm really curious what they think about these rebounds and assists because those look good to me. Okay, so they don't like them. 12.5. They've got that as the top play to take it to the under. 52.62% odds to hit the under minus 131. They like his rebounds over 6.5. They're not feeling the PRA. 51.78% odds to hit the under minus 127. We do have DraftKings over here at 21.5. Anybody else? No one else. So I think that it's just kind of not liking that there's another platform with it's a full point, cheaper. So points, assists, they're not feeling either, but they do like him to hit a 3-pointer. They got that at a 51.26% odds to hit the over, minus 124. Maybe it's a soft matchup. I didn't look at the 3-pointer matchup for tonight, but they like his assists over 5.5. And what did we say? They do like the rebounds. So here we go again. It's the same situation, 6.5, 5.5. That makes 12 even. That's the only reason they don't like this is because it's at 12.5 for you to take the RA. But we just saw 5 straight games. He's averaging 16 plus. So I think I'll probably throw this in a slip too. I like the PRA. I like the RA. Let's keep it rolling. All right. So this is just an extremely low line, and I like Vanderbilt's opportunity here with Rui Hachimura still out. We also have Jordan Goodwin, had a chance to play. He's out. Game time decision for Luka, game time decision for LeBron. I just think they play. He's listed as probable. This is just what the NBA has become. LeBron listed as probable. Yeah, if you're a stud player, you're a game time decision every day of the week. So they need to fix that. But we do have a chance for Precious Achiuwa to make his return. OG Anunoby, game time decision. I think it's leaning towards not playing. He's dealing with like a thumb issue, I believe. He got hurt. Mitchell Robinson might play tonight, but they might wait. This is the first night of a back-to-back for the Knicks, so they might wait and just bring him back on the back half. I think if he does play, obviously that's going to cut into Cat's minutes a little bit. But the main thing with Vanderbilt here is like they run small ball sometimes where they'll put Vanderbilt at the 5. So kind of like when Jackson Hayes is sort of getting his breaks, because Hayes is averaging like we said 21 to 23 minutes right now, and they can play a lot faster when they've got guys like Vanderbilt in there who has been popping off lately. You see his minutes kind of spiking up here. Over the last 5, he's cleared this fantasy score 3 out of his last 5. On 22 minutes against the Clippers, he put up 26 fantasy score. And then on 20 minutes against the Pelicans, he put up 32 fantasy score. Now that might have been due to a blowout. 136 to 115. So maybe he got to get in there and close out a little bit. What about this other game? 108 to 102. So this one was closer against the Clippers, and he still got 22 minutes. So I'm liking this. And the reason I want the fantasy score at just 13.5, it's so cheap. Look at his blocks and steals lately. The dude has been trending with his opportunities. We're seeing like a little spike here, starting to get the beginning of this trend to the minutes. But he's got like a steal, then he's got 2 blocks, and then he's got 2 blocks and a steal. So he's kind of in rhythm all the time. I know I do. I'm a musician, so sorry if that gets old, but he's kind of in rhythm right now. And so I like him to continue this. Let's look at the matchup. So power forward for blocks and steals. So it's kind of tough. 4th in steals allowed, 10th in blocks allowed. What if he plays the 5? A little bit softer on the steals, so maybe he'll have some opportunities here. Maybe try to rip the ball away from like Cat or whoever ends up playing the 5. 9th in steals allowed, 10th in blocks allowed. But a fantasy score, actually, let's look at the PRA too, since we're over here. Fantasy score at 13.5 is just so cheap for someone who's been popping off. Yeah, look at this. Like last 2 games, 9 rebounds, 8 rebounds, grabbed an assist in both of those, and 8 and 12 points. So at power forward, it is the toughest matchup of them all. 6th in points allowed, 5th in rebounds allowed, 8th in assists allowed. And then if he's playing small ball, 13th in points allowed, 4th in rebounds allowed, 18th in assists allowed. So overall, this is just too cheap of a price tag for this fantasy score for me to pass it up, especially with the way he's been playing defense lately. So I like him to get this done, averaging 16.9 minutes, but hopefully this is a trend on this backside that continues. Maybe he'll get those 20 minutes again tonight. Let's take a look here on the 2024 season. Overall, so he's only played 16 games, 7 out of 16 games, but let's see, actually for fun, let's start by saying with Luka, has that changed Vanderbilt? Okay, so only 3 out of 9 games with Luka, but let's bump the minutes up. What did we say, 20? Sort of the sweet spot. Okay, so both games that he played with Luka with 20 minutes, he crushed, 26 and 32. Let's take Luka out of the equation and see what 2024 looks like when he's getting 20 minutes. Yeah, it's beautiful. 30, 26, 32. So this is just a minutes thing for Vanderbilt, and I think he should be able to get the minutes tonight. Let's take a look at the over-under. 230.5 over-under. Lakers favored by 3, so should be a close game. But I just don't know. Seems like the Knicks have been kind of in a funk, and the Lakers are absolutely getting hot right now. So, and then, excuse me, the game for Draymond, 223 is the over/under, and the Warriors are favored by 11 playing in Brooklyn. So yeah, that's gonna do it. If you guys want to check out the DFS optimizer, you really got to try it out. Like, it's always been great, but lately I feel like they've been catching stuff so much faster, because sometimes they'll catch like a really good play and you have like 2 to 5 minutes to lock it in. But I don't know if they changed something, but the thing has been so much more efficient lately, and it was great before, but yeah, like Brandon Pajemski, 1.5 made threes. They like that to go over, minus 134, 53.51% odds to the over. They like Cat's rebounds over 11.5. I disagree. Obviously, Cat's capable, but he does not have a good history against the Lakers. So minus 133, they like that to go over. Brandon Pajemski, this looks like something I could get into. The RA here for him at 9, especially if we're talking about an 11-point spread. If this game gets out of control and they're just letting Brandon Pajemski get some extra minutes, close things out, 53.29% odds hit the over, minus 134. They like Jason Tatum's assists. I think he's cleared to play. I know he was questionable earlier. Yeah, they're not liking LeBron James' fantasy score. I think that's a little expensive at 48, 53.98% odds to the over. So yeah, the better the play is, that according to the optimizer, the color changes. So if you start getting up into the greens, which is very like rare with the NBA, you catch it at the right time, you'll see a lot of green options. But yeah, yellow is solid. They like Paolo Banchero's 5.5 first quarter points over, minus 138. He's playing Chicago. That sounds great. I don't really do partial slips, but yeah, this is not looking bad. But anyways, with the optimizer, it just feels like it's getting faster. So you like can come on here. Sometimes I will just not do any research and I'll just try to be quick. It's like the sharp betting technique, you know. And you come on here, you see a bunch of green, you go lock them in real quick, and then you just, fingers crossed, you hope that you don't totally disagree with the narrative of the plays. But, the odds makers are factoring in narrative and stuff, so there is something to be said. That's like sort of the sharp betting approach, is you're just quickly locking in discrepancies where something's super juiced to go over, like this Brandon Pajemski. We're seeing all minus 130 and higher, pretty much minus 140. And then at 1.5. And so they're saying, hey, go lock this in because these odds might change pretty soon. So that's how it works. Use code BACKDOOR over at dgfantasy.com. They'll give you 25% off for as long as you want to lock it in. You can lock it in and get 25% off all year if you want to stretch it out that far. And then if you want to check out Outlier, I love this app. I just talk about it all the time because I can find stuff like, what does Vanderbilt do with 20 minutes. Like, it helps you build a narrative. And I love doing that. It's my favorite thing to do. So if you want to try this one out, you can get it free for a week. You just sign up through the link below. Don't need to put a code in, and they'll just hook you up with a week just to see how you like it. And they have like upgrades that they're doing to this all the time. Really awesome people over there. I love the guys at Outlier. They're just the nicest people. And they've built a really awesome product that I think no one really can compare to when it comes to statistical analysis. So yeah, try it out. You got matchups, injury reports, the insights tab. You can tweak all of these settings and just quickly see what's going on there. So I really encourage all of you to go check this out since it's free for a week. So and then if you want to come join our Discord, I don't have it pulled up right now, but we do have a premium Discord that is a really fun community. Everyone's working together. They get into esports at night. They are all in there building slips right now together. And so when something, is on someone's radar, they jump in the Discord and share it with everybody. So we've got like a really awesome resource there just as a community, really good vibes in there. So if you guys want to check it out, just take advantage of the Parlay Play promo, get yourself like 100% deposit match and a free month in the Discord. Just use code BACKDOOR and shoot us an email at bdfantasysports@gmail.com. And we'll give you a month in the Discord just to check it out. And then if you want to just jump right in, you go through Patreon. There's a link below. Sign up through Patreon. Then you go into the settings. There's a connected apps option in the menu bar. And then you log into your Discord from Patreon. And yeah, so go check it out. But guys, I appreciate you so much. Jordy and I will be back on track very soon here. Don't forget to go... I'll attach my video for today if you want some extra plays. Go check out my channel, check out Jordy's channel. All that is just right in the description there if you want to come subscribe to our solo channels too. But have a great Thursday, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Flex Friday.